Hey, how's it going? This is iLegendary of xGenMultimedia with the first of what I hope is many tutorials on programs such as After Effects and Sony Vegas. Today we've got a tutorial on Adobe After Effects, and it's going to be a 3D text tutorial. Now, there is a way you can do this using third-party plugins and programs such as 3ds Max, but I'm going to show you how to do it solely on After Effects using only stuff built into the program when you ship. Right, I've already got my composition, so what I'm going to do is make two new layers, make one solid layer. Now make sure you make it comp size and change the color to whatever color you want to have your text. I'm just going to do a little bit of a darker blue. Press OK. Text layer. I'm just going to go simple here and just put xGM. And just bring it into the middle somewhere. So now you have a very plain and boring looking screen with a blue background and an amazing xGM in the middle of it. So what you're going to do now is shut off your text layer by hitting the little eye to the left of it, and go to Effects and Presets, go to the search box and type in shatter. Now what this does, and then you drag it in, now what this does is gives you a shatter effect with bricks. Fun. Yeah, anyway, change on the view, change wireframe and forces to rendered in the drop down box. This brings you back the blue background. Now this can be done with anything from images, even videos, and it still does. You still get the same outcome. So once you're from there, you go on the drop-down menu in Shape, go to Pattern. Now this is what the pattern is. You've got your bricks, the glass, the usual ones that would be used. But I want you to click at the very top where it says Custom. Now what this does is let you pick what you want the shatter to be. And you do that by going one down to the custom shatter map. It's currently on none, but if you open it, you get your layers that you have below. Now you want to click your text layer, and hopefully, if it's done right, your text layer should appear with the color of the solid that you already made, or your image or video or whatever you've done. Now from here, as you can see, it shatters just randomly off. And as you can see, as it's shattering, the letters are 3D. So I'll just show that in a different perspective. Just go into camera rotation, Y rotation, and change this. This will spin it around, and as you can see, the text is 3D. I'll just change the Z position down a bit. Bring it a little bit closer in. As you can see there, it's fully 3D. Now to change the width of it, you want to go into your shape and you go to this little thing here called extrusion depth. This just changes the depth of what's shattering basically. So you can make it as big as you want, as small as you want, it doesn't matter. I'll put mine at about 0.50. Just shut the shape off and I'll reset this camera. So you've got it there. Now it looks good and everything. Well, it doesn't now, it's 2D, but as you go through the timeline, the text still shatters. Now, you might want to keep that. That's your own choice. Whatever floats your boat these days, people. So what I'm going to do now is go to Force 1, and you get the position, 360 and 240. Change both of these to 0. And hopefully, this should remove the shatter of it. It does as you play through. If it doesn't, sometimes if your text is a bit longer, it doesn't fully change it. So all you do is you go to your Force 2 and change them as down to 0 as well, and then maybe even the strength just to finalize it. But with smaller text, it's okay just changing the position on that. Right, that's basically it. You can mess around with the camera position here. Oh, one extra thing. Changing this into 3D does not work. It completely stops it. As you can see, I've put both layers in 3D. You got a new, pull out a new camera. We'll just keep it at 50mm, and go into my camera. As I spin it around, as you can see, it's only a 2D layer. So yeah, so we'll just delete that. So that's just a little problem with it, but still better than having nothing. So, but if you want to do that, you can just mess about with the Y rotations and whatnot. Take them off 3D first, that would help. You just mess about with the Y rotation. As you can see, lighting stops it from being fully visible that way, and I'll say about that. Just say that. And you can do anything else, change your Z position. Your Z rotation completely spins it around like that, so whatever what you want to do, I'm just going to put that back to 0. And that's basically it. It's just an easy way to do it. You can do other things like, we'll duplicate, no we won't, I've done that wrong. We'll duplicate the solid, Control and D, and change the colour of it, bring it up to the top. Actually, we'll just keep the colour the same. Go to Effect, remove the shatter first, go to Effect, generate a ramp, just something random, and we'll bring this basically white with a slight tint, and put it on the bottom. So as you can see there, we've got with deep blue solid over with XGM logo, and it's just nice 3D. Now if you want to put the shatter back in, remember all you got to do is just change the position to about, say, 120, and then put this one a little bit, say 340, we'll just say, and that just means it shatters out of like perspective. It just depends on how you want to do it. You can mess about with them in any way you want. The only problem is with that is you've got to stretch the image a little bit. Make sure if you're doing the shatter, your red outline goes past the image, or you see what happened there. And there you go. That's basically the tutorial. I've been Legendary. Don't forget to subscribe to xGenMultimedia for all the newest Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 videos, tutorials, tips and tricks. We'll be back very soon with more videos. Don't forget to hit that little button up there with subscribe on it. And if you do, I will personally hand you a cookie. Thanks a lot anyways. I've been Legendary, and you've been watching xGenMultimedia.